Most dating advice says run from avoidant people. But what if understanding what they actually crave could change everything? Avoidant people don't want to be alone. They're terrified of being hurt. When they find someone who makes them feel truly safe, something magical happens. Those walls come down, and they don't just appreciate that person, they treasure them like gold. These people approach relationships with what researchers call a checklist mentality. Before you judge, understand this. When you've been hurt before, you develop high standards to protect yourself from repeating that pain. So what's on this mysterious checklist? What makes an avoidant person's heart skip a beat? The answers might surprise you. The power of emotional safety. The number one thing that makes avoidant people fall hard is emotional safety. But what does that actually look like? It's when someone notices they're feeling overwhelmed and doesn't make a big deal about it. It's when they can share something personal and the other person doesn't use it against them later in an argument. It's when someone sees their triggers, like feeling trapped or judged, and actually respects those triggers instead of calling them issues. I knew someone who was super avoidant, and she told me about the moment she knew her partner was different. They were having a disagreement, and instead of saying, "You always shut down," or "Why can't you just talk to me?" her partner said, "I can see this is hard for you. Take the time you need and we can talk when you're ready." That simple shift from accusation to understanding, that's what emotional safety looks like to an avoidant person. It's not walking on eggshells. It's just being aware that some people need different approaches to feel secure. Respect that actually shows up. Avoidant people have incredibly sensitive radar for respect. And I'm not talking about basic human decency. I'm talking about deep, genuine respect for who they are and how they operate. This shows up in small ways that mean everything, like when they say they need space and their partner doesn't take it personally, when they're not ready to move in together after 6 months and their partner doesn't see it as rejection, when they prefer to handle certain problems on their own and their partner trusts their judgment instead of insisting on helping. It's also about appreciating their efforts. Avoidant people often show love through actions rather than words. They'll fix your car, remember your favorite coffee order, or handle something stressful so you don't have to. When someone notices and appreciates these gestures, instead of complaining that they don't say, "I love you" enough, that hits different. The magic of humility. Here's something most people miss. Avoidant individuals are drawn to humble people like magnets. And this makes total sense when you think about it. Avoidant people often grew up feeling criticized or not good enough. So when they meet someone who doesn't act like they have all the answers, who can admit when they're wrong, who doesn't need to be right all the time, that feels like a breath of fresh air. It's not about being a doormat. It's about having confidence without arrogance. It's saying, "I hadn't thought of it that way," instead of getting defensive. It's being secure enough in yourself that you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Growing together without losing yourself. One of the biggest myths about avoidant people is that they don't want to grow or change in relationships. That's completely wrong. What they don't want is to be forced to change or to lose themselves in the process. When an avoidant person finds someone who's willing to grow alongside them, not change them, but grow with them, that's incredibly attractive. It's like finding a workout partner who matches your pace instead of trying to drag you faster than you can handle. This might look like both people working on communication skills together, or both people learning to balance independence with togetherness. The key is that it feels collaborative, not like one person is fixing the other. Bouncing back from arguments. Here's something that will blow your mind. Avoidant people actually love partners who can argue well. Not fight dirty or hold grudges, but people who can have a disagreement and then move on. Most avoidants have this fear that one argument will ruin everything. They worry that showing any conflict will make their partner leave or use their emotions against them. So when they find someone who can disagree with them and then be completely normal the next day, that's relationship gold. It's like proving that love can survive disagreement, that you can have different opinions and still be solid, that conflict doesn't equal catastrophe. the sweet spot of independence and connection. This is probably the trickiest part to understand, but it's crucial. Avoidant people want interdependence, not codependence or complete independence. Think of it like two trees growing next to each other. Their roots might intertwine underground, supporting each other during storms. But above ground, they each have their own space to grow toward the sun. That's interdependence. This looks like having your own friends, hobbies, and goals, while also building a life together. It's being able to handle your own emotions while also being there for your partner. It's wanting to share your life with someone without needing them to complete you. Genuine apologies that actually mean something. Avoidant people have usually experienced a lot of fake apologies in their lives. You know the kind. "I'm sorry you feel that way," or "I'm sorry, but you did this thing too." So when they encounter someone who can give a real, genuine apology without deflecting, that's huge. A real apology sounds like, "I was wrong when I said that. I can see how it hurt you, and I'm sorry. Here's what I'm going to do differently next time." No buts, no turning it around, no making excuses. This shows the avoidant person that this relationship is different, that this person can take responsibility without their ego falling apart, that growth is actually possible. Working through problems instead of walking away. Avoidant people are used to relationships ending when things get hard, so when someone sticks around and actually wants to work through problems, that's not just attractive, it's revolutionary. But here's the key. It has to be working through problems, not just talking them to death. Avoidant people get overwhelmed by too much processing. They prefer solutions to endless analysis. This might look like, "I noticed we keep having this same argument. What if we try this approach instead?" Rather than, "We need to talk about our communication patterns and explore the deeper meaning behind our conflict styles." Patience with real change. Here's something that separates the people avoidants fall for from everyone else: understanding that real change takes time. Not just saying they understand it, but actually living it. Most people say they're patient, but then they get frustrated when someone doesn't change as fast as they want. Avoidant people can sense this impatience from a mile away, and it triggers all their fears about not being good enough. But when someone shows up with genuine patience, not just waiting, but actually trusting the process, that creates a safe space for real growth. It's like the difference between a drill sergeant and a good coach. Both want you to improve, but only one makes you feel safe while you're learning. The reality check nobody talks about. Now, let's be real for a minute. Understanding what avoidant people want doesn't mean you should become a completely different person to attract them. And it definitely doesn't mean you should ignore red flags or accept bad behavior. Some avoidant people are just not ready for healthy relationships, period. Some use their attachment style as an excuse to treat people poorly. Some are so stuck in their patterns that no amount of understanding will help. The difference is this: healthy avoidants want to grow and will appreciate a partner who helps them feel safe doing so. Unhealthy avoidants will take advantage of your understanding and never give anything back. So how do you tell the difference? Healthy avoidants will show appreciation for your efforts. They'll make efforts too, even if they look different from what you expect. They'll communicate about their needs instead of just expecting you to read their minds. And most importantly, they'll respect your needs too. The bottom line: the people with avoidant attachment who find lasting love aren't the ones who found someone to put up with their walls. They're the ones who found someone who helped them feel safe enough to lower those walls themselves. It's not about fixing anyone or being fixed. It's about creating a relationship where both people can be authentically themselves while also growing together. Where independence and connection can coexist. Where love feels safe instead of scary. And here's the beautiful thing: the qualities that avoidant people treasure — emotional safety, genuine respect, humility, patience, and the ability to grow together. These aren't just good for avoidant people, they're the foundation of any healthy relationship. So whether you're avoidant yourself, dating someone who is, or just want to understand human connection better, remember this: we all want to feel safe, respected, and valued for who we are. Some of us just need different things to feel that way. The magic happens when we stop trying to change people and start creating the conditions where they can change themselves. Where growth feels like freedom instead of pressure. Where love feels like coming home instead of losing yourself. That's what avoidant people are really looking for. And when they find it, they don't just like it, they adore it. They treasure it. They protect it. Because they know how rare it is to find someone who sees past the walls to the heart that's been waiting to be truly understood. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.